celebrity prenup details, and who got one at Kim Kardashian, who didn't the Jennifer Lopez, and what they had to say about their decision. In the words of Khloé Kardashian, everybody needs a prenup. Ladies and gentlemen, sit tight, and let's ride. This is BuzzTown Times. Most people don't get married thinking about their possible future divorce, but most people aren't major celebrities with tons of assets to protect. That's where prenups come in. A prenup, short for a prenuptial agreement, is a legal document signed before the wedding, which spells out how assets will be divided in the event of a divorce. In celebrities such as Kim Kardashian, her sister Khloé and Katharine McPhee has spoken about the importance of having it all hashed out ahead of time, while others, like Shepard and Kristen have explained why they didn't feel the move was necessary. Below, find out which celebrities have prenups, who got married without one, and what they had to say about it. One of 18, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck tied the knot twice in July 2022 and chose to walk down the aisle without a prenup in place. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Lopez, who filed for divorce on August 20, is not seeking spousal support from the Good Will Hunting actor and is asking the judge to ensure Affleck does the same. The couple placed their $61 million Beverly Hills mansion for sale back in June 2024, as rumors of marital strife began to intensify. 2 of 18, Gary Turner and Teresa Nist. Despite the whirlwind nature of their romance, Golden Bachelor couple Gary Turner and Teresa Nist did put a prenup in place ahead of their January nuptials. The couple filed for divorce in April, 3 months after their lavish television wedding. 3 of 18, Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale. When Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale divorced in 2016, both parties had the option to ask for a 50-50 split of their combined assets, as they didn't have a prenup. However, a source told People Rossdale had agreed to an unequal split of property, giving Stefani the greater share. They did agree on 50-50 joint custody of their sons, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo. For her second marriage to Blake Shelton, the No Doubt singer reportedly signed a prenup, which they finalized after a few months of negotiations, per U.S. Weekly. 4 of 18, Christina Hall and Josh Hall. According to Fox Business, the HTD star didn't sign a prenuptial agreement when she secretly married Josh Hall back in October 2021. He filed for divorce in July 2024, citing irreconcilable differences. As news of their divorce became public, Christina posted a scathing message to her Instagram stories, referencing an insecure man who wanted to take what they do not deserve, perhaps hinting at Hall's plan to pursue her assets in divorce. Over here waiting for the typical hired PR rep speech of how I was blindsided and how I'm working on myself and taking time to heal at her ranch. Meanwhile, I'm over here not as nice and quiet as I used to be. Her message began. I have worked my ass off to build this life for myself and my children and anyone who would try and take what they do not deserve her. What they did not work for should be ashamed. You as an insecure man with a large ego can sure try and derail you. But still I rises when she continued before concluding with, for those that aren't aware, divorces do not happen overnight. There is always a breaking point. This one is personal. 5 of 18. Kelsey Ballerini says, even with the prenup, things got messy. When discussing her 2022 divorce from fellow singer Morgan Evans on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Kelsey Ballerini said that even with a prenup, dividing the couple's assets made her see her ex in a different light. Who you marry is not who you divorce, Ballerini said. As he's putting out a song about being blindsided, he's taking half the house that he didn't pay for. So you didn't get a prenup, host Alex Cooper asked. I did get a prenup, Ballerini said, saying that as his lawyers interpreted their prenup, it was kind of like giving the house an alimony. In the end, facing down messy alimony proceedings, Ballerini decided give him the house. I want out. 6 of 18. Stassi Schroeder thinks prenups are romantic. The Vanderpump Rules star told Page 6 that she and her fiancé Bo Clark, 39, actually found conversations about their prenup to be romantic ahead of their 202 wedding. She said, I feel like people look at that as like a dirty thing that we shouldn't talk about, but it's honestly, I feel like there is some romanticism to it. Being able to be so close to someone that you're willing to have those uncomfortable conversations, it's brought me closer to Bew the more that we talk about it, the reality star added. 7 of 18. Jessica Simpson wishes she signed a prenup. Though Jessica Simpson thought her first marriage to Nick Lachey would last forever, she realizes now that she should have signed a prenup. The pair split in 2005 after 7 years together and 3 years of marriage. During an appearance on the Dr. Oz show, the open book author, 39, opened about the one thing she would have done differently regarding her divorce from Lachey, 46. I wish I would have signed a prenup, she said, laughing. The funny thing is that Nick wanted me to sign a prenup, but I was so offended. I'm like, but we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. We're saying our vows to God and in front of all of our family and friends. This is never going to end. And we didn't sign a prenup. 8 of 18. Teresa Judas says she got a no-cheat clause put into her prenup. Teresa and Joe Judas, who separated in 2019, signed a prenup before tying the knot in 1999. The Judases were living apart beginning March 2016, when Joe began his 41-month prison sentence for mail, wire, and bankruptcy fraud. Teresa had served a little over 11 months in prison for the same crimes and was released on December 23, 2015. In an episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa revealed in a phone call with Joel he was in custody at an ICE facility in Pennsylvania that he was the one who made her sign a prenup. A week before we were getting married, Joe asked me to sign a prenup, and I just felt when you love someone, you don't do that, Teresa then explained in a confessional. Though she said she wasn't going to go through with it, Teresa stressed that she couldn't imagine actually canceling their nuptials. Being Italian, I have old school parents, and it's an embarrassing thing to call off a wedding, Teresa said. She did have one condition. I didn't even read it. I just said, I want you to put one thing in there. If you ever cheat, the prenup is void. The former couple announced their separation in December 2019 before they finalized their divorce in September the following year. 9 of 18. Mark Daly refused to sign a prenup with Kenya Moore. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kenya Moore explained why she and her estranged husband, Mark Daly, did not sign a prenup on an episode of Rua Film before their split. Moore said that Daly refused to sign a prenup before the pair tied the knot in June 2017. You know, Mark didn't want a prenup. We don't have one. Like, he wouldn't even have the conversation, Moore said, adding that Mark said he didn't want one when she tried to bring up the topic. That's how strongly he felt about it. Daly explained, we never had a discussion about MAPE prenup because for me, you bring up prenup to me. It's over, he said. I'm not going to marry someone who has a prenup. If you're with me, you're all the way with me, or you're not with me. The pair, who share a child together, announced their divorce in September 2019. It was finalized in December 2023. 10 of 18. Seth Rogen thinks his wife is worth the millions. While talking to Howard Stern in 2011 ahead of his wedding to Lauren Miller, Seth Rogen fielded questions from Stern about whether he had protected his finances with a prenup, which Rogen denied. Though Stern gave him a hard time, Rogen had a sweet answer. Marriage can be expensive, and if I lose millions, then it'll be the best millions I've spent. 11 of 18. Katharine McPhee added David Foster joke about their prenup. Katharine McPhee and David Foster cracked a joke about having a prenup in a silly video promoting his Hitman tour in January 2020. At one point in the video, Foster joked, she's making fun of my song, after interrupting McPhee, who featured on the tour as a special guest. You're using me for my talents, quipped the American Idol alum, to which the 16-time Grammy winner replied, totally. Later on, McPhee also joked about how they would have to keep Foster's melody intact for a song, otherwise I'll have to take 5%. You already got 50%, so he fired back with a laugh as she turned to the camera and said, it's called a prenup. As the pair both continued to laugh, he added, didn't include theatrical releases though. 12 of 18, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade have a prenup AHAP insistence. Even your favorite power couple protects their assets. In 2014, before Gabrielle Union weed Dwayne Wade, the actress told Arsenio Hall that she would definitely have a prenup. Union said that she was hoping to avoid the mistake she made in her first marriage to NFL star Chris Howard, who she divorced in 2005. The biggest difference between this and the last marriage will be a prenup at my insistence, she bluntly told Hall. When you have your own stuff, you don't need to worry about anyone else's stuff. So everyone should go into the relationship knowing I'm here for you and you're here for me. And the reality is I've never seen Dwayne balance a checkbook. She added, I've got to protect my stuff. It's the wave of the future, protecting your stuff. The pair remain happily married. 13 of 18. Khloé Kardashian's advice. You have to protect yourself. Khloé Kardashian and Lamar Odom were together just 3 weeks before tying the knot in September 2009. The pair officially divorced in December 2016, but Kardashian made it clear during their marriage that the pair was practical when it came to protecting their assets. Kardashian told News in 2011 that the pair, of course, had a prenup. We have a prenup, prenups are, do you know what kind of day and age this is? Khloé said, adding, everybody needs a prenup. She continued, I mean, I don't care if you make $5 or $5 million in this day and age. People are crazy. You never know. And when you have businesses together like we do, you have to protect yourself. It doesn't mean you don't love them. 14 of 18. Kim Kardashian West says she's a smart girl for having a prenup. Her 72-day marriage to Kris Humphries may have ended unexpectedly, but Kim was prepared for all possibilities. In October 2011, just days before announcing their split, Kardashian told Reuters, "I don't really talk finances. My father was an attorney and I'm a smart girl. I'd like to think so. You can do the math. I wouldn't worry about that." Clearly, the second Kardashian sister is consistent. For her third wedding to Kanye West, the couple had a prenup that kept their assets largely separate. So when they filed for divorce in 2021, each party's property was protected. 15 of 18. Luann de Lesseps said, oh yeah, to a prenup. The Real Housewives of New York married Tom DeGostino on New Year's Eve of 2016 and divorced just 7 months later. When asked whether or not they would be signing a prenup, de Lesseps told people in August 2016, oh yeah, well, we both have assets. He's got a big business and assets, and so do I. 16 of 18. Sam Asghari joked that their prenup was to protect a My Jeep and shoe collection. When Britney Spears weed Sam Asghari in 2022, she had a prenup in place that ensured that her dancer fiancé would not receive any of her earnings from her pop career in the event of a divorce. But fan speculation swirled enough that Asghari jokingly posted on his Instagram stories that his own assets were safe. Thank you everyone who is concerned about the prenup. The actor and fitness instructor, of course we're getting an ironclad prenup to protect my Jeep and shoe collection in case she dumps me one day. 17 of 18. Wendy Williams didn't think it would end, so didn't sign one. In April 2019, Williams filed for divorce from her husband and manager of 2 decades after he allegedly fathered a child with his mistress. Williams opened up about her ongoing divorce from ex-Kevin Hunter during an appearance on SiriusXM Sway in the Morning, revealing that the pair don't have a prenuptial agreement. I didn't think it would end, first of all, and second of all, that is not sexy to introduce paperwork when you are in love with somebody. She explained of her decision not to sign a prenup. Years later, Hunter continues to be in legal battles with Williams over finances. 18 of 18. Dax Shepard laughs about saying oh wow to a prenup with Kristen Bell. Shepard and Bell are one of Hollywood's most candid couples, sharing about everything from their kids cursing to fights they've had. Shepard told Conan O'Brien that the pair do not have a prenup. Bell had asked Shepard if he would like a prenup before they tied the knot in October 2013. But the actor said no. I said no, I don't want a prenup, but I really wanted a prenup. Really bad, he admits. But I said no, I don't want one. O'Brien asked why he didn't just ask for one, and Shepard said, because something good came over me for once, and I made the right decision. But the joke is now on her because she's become much more successful than me and has much more money than me, Shepard said, laughing. So this is it so far. What's your take on prenup? Follow BuzzTown Times because we keep you updated.